We were going to do a review of Metro Exodus this week, and my boyfriend says it's amazing.
I've been waiting for this moment for months, and it's finally here. Yeah! Woo! Listen to that horn! Oh my God! Oh, she's beautiful! Oh, this is special.
But I ate popcorn scrimps from Popeyes and fell asleep. When I woke up, he asked if I'd rather watch him be Batman, and I was like,
well, I wish I could say that my interest in you was purely professional.
I'm actually not the biggest fan of superheroes besides Guardians of the Galaxy and Jeff Goldblum. But there is something irresistible about Batman. I think it's because he isn't super. He's just a hero. Most superheroes get lucky with their powers and then help people because
with great power comes great responsibility.
But Batman reminds us that with just being human comes great responsibility. The only power that motivates him is compassion for his friends and his foes. Sure, he has batarangs and a bat claw and a bat booty that won't quit, but often it's his big bat heart that saves the day.
You were going to try and talk me into fixing what I've changed. Before I die.
Yes.
Could you stay with me?
That's why when my boyfriend asked me if he should go buy the Arkham games starring Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill from the animated series, I was like,
Wait a minute!
So this isn't a review of Metro Exodus. Sorry guys. This is a review of what it's like to live with someone who plays Batman Arkham Asylum. When my boyfriend told me that the Arkham series is not only one of the best adaptations of the Caped Crusader, but that it includes some of the best video games of all time, I was pretty sure his crush on Batman was making him biased. So while the game installed, I looked up some reviews and oh no.
Arkham Asylum makes you feel like you're Batman.
Every time a game will supposedly make my boyfriend feel like someone, I have to experience living with an impersonation of that someone. During Red Dead, he would talk like a cowboy and pet me like a horse.
That's a good girl.
During The Witcher, he would say, "Wind's howlin'," and then fart. And anytime I say, "I'm sorry," he still says,
"Do not be sorry. Be better."
So I was totally expecting to be dating Christian Bale for the next few days.
Where were the other drugs going?
But with Arkham Asylum, it's more of a Shazam situation where it makes him feel like a little kid who suddenly became Batman.
Woo!
Are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm Batman.
Even though it was his 10th time playing an Arkham game, he would still giddily remind me every 5 minutes that he was Batman.
Watch me. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm so Batman right now.
But he would also yell at Batman a lot.
Whoa, Batman.
And I couldn't tell if he was talking to himself in the third person or blaming the character he was controlling for messing up. Punch him so good in the butt.
Run.
Oh! I've actually never seen my boyfriend so disappointed in himself than when it took him 5 tries to beat Bane.
I'm not Batman. Just an asshole in rubber underpants.
Honestly though, my favorite part of the game was watching him finally beat Poison Ivy, who is just a jerk. This might have been one of the hardest boss battles I've ever seen him do, and when it was over, I was like,
You're Batman!
Yeah, I am Batman.
I don't blame reviewers for using that line in this case though. For the first time, I'm going to unironically say that this game really does make you feel like Batman. Don't tell Donkey. The stealth sections in particular succeed at this because they require my boyfriend to do what Batman does best. Have a plan. When enemies had him outgunned, he would die instantly if he tried to rely on Bat Ballet. So analyzing the environment, playing mind games with thugs, and being creative with gadgets was crucial. The developers really seemed to appreciate that Batman's primary weapons are intellect and fear.
Do I look like a cop?
And the fact that they were able to program these abstract, intangible tools into gameplay is why people say it makes you feel like Batman.
Oh my god, he's looking right at me. What an idiot.
I'm Batman.
However, these sections also make the game look like airport security, and if I had to guess what villain will finally kill Batman, I'd say eyeball cancer. Speaking of detective mode, the other thing the developers got right about being Batman is that he is the world's greatest detective, as in, you know, Detective Comics, DC. This is something even the movies can't seem to get right. In the Nolan trilogy, he's more like the world's greatest Marine. In the Snyder films, he's more like the world's greatest murderer. In the Burton films, he's more like the world's greatest neck break. voice. And in the Schumacher films, he's like the world's greatest figure skater. Arkham Asylum actually has you conduct investigations by looking for fingerprints and other clues, which cleverly guide you to the next playable area of the game. I love that this guy's alcohol breath is just floating in little clouds around.
Yeah, this is everywhere he burped.
Unfortunately, as cool as it looks, and as fun as it might be, the only part of the game that doesn't feel like Batman is the beat-em-up combat. There is definitely some room for creativity, and it was pretty satisfying to see my boyfriend enter that free-flow state of zen, but as a backseat gamer, it got really repetitive, and I've learned that nothing breaks my immersion more than arcade brawling. Although, I do love that no matter how horrifically Batman pummels dudes, it says they're just unconscious cause Batman isn't supposed to kill people. Are you telling me that guy isn't dead? He fell 30 feet through concrete roof and his body's mangled in the rubble, but he's just taking a nap? My theory is that Alfred's trying to protect Batman's feelings and was like, oops, little Master Bruce is murdering people again.
I'll just have to rewire.
Now, I don't want to be too hard on the graphics because I think this came out a few years ago. 2009? The graphics are pretty good. Sometimes my boyfriend would just stare at them for hours. The story is showing its age a little bit. Batman being trapped in Arkham with a bunch of beefcakes running loose is a really good setup for an action game. I love it. There just isn't much of that unique emotional impact interactive storytelling is capable of. Kevin Conroy is fantastic as always, but Batman and his complex broken psyche aren't done justice. His costume has more of a character arc than he does. Ethical dilemmas, choosing right from wrong, and living with the consequences of your actions are common themes in Batman. And video games are the only medium that let audiences experience those things firsthand. So I just wish the player could tap into Batman's motivations, decisions, and emotions with the same level of immersion that they can tap into his crime-fighting abilities. Basically, I want this, plus this, with some of this, and lots of this plus this, and some of this would be cool, and for the love of God, add this, and then I'd give this game a 10 out of 10. But for now, it's a 7 out of 10. Too much Batman, not enough Batman. Alright guys, sorry I fell asleep during Metro Exodus. Those popcorn scrapes don't mess around. This weekend I'll be trying to complete my second ever game, Half-Life 2. There's a link to our Twitch channel in the description below if you want to watch. That's where we capture most of our footage for these videos while we hang out with our fans, and sometimes we all play Mario Kart or Smash. So come hang out. Alright, thanks, bye!